Hello, so today I'm going to be doing a waxing video. I know a lot of people wax their eyebrows or their lips or other things. I think a lot of people try to do it at home, and there's so many commercials and so many advertisements for products that you can do at home that I agree. I do mine at home. I'm licensed and I've been taught how to do it correctly and what to avoid and so forth. So I just want to pass along those tips so that if you want to do this at home, you can save 20 bucks a month or 60 depending on what you do. This is pretty much just going to be how to do a brow and possibly a lip wax. So a couple things prior before you start. You want to just make sure that you have a good wax first of all. I use a cream wax, and so the wax should never be give or take more than 10 degrees warmer than your skin. So I turn mine on and then I usually go do a couple things, and about 20 minutes later it's good to go. Sometimes I'll turn it off because I don't want it to get hotter, or sometimes I'll just keep it on like a medium setting, but usually it only takes me 20 minutes to do it, so I just unplug it and let it start cooling down. I keep mine in a box, but...
Keep what?
Talking to the video.
Oh.
So it's kind of messy, so I just keep it in a box because it's easier. It looks like this, and there's just a knob on the side. A little more to the... I can't see the screen. That should be good. Thanks.
Love you.
Love you. It should all be melted. There shouldn't be any like hard spots in the middle, because then you're going to have inconsistencies in temperature, closer to the side, so forth. So once mine is all melted down, then I kind of like to just stir it up a little bit. But if you want to test it out on like your wrist first, it should not be uncomfortably hot. It should be warm, but it should not be uncomfortably hot. So if it hurts, then it's too hot. And if you have it too hot, you can burn your skin. It should be warm, like I said. If it's uncomfortable, turn it off, let it cool down a little bit. And then you can get these from Sally's, and they're just waxing sticks. Wax strips, I don't like the cloth ones. I prefer these ones, and I just cut them. Make sure that your skin is clean for the most part. No lotions or anything on it, because any lotion, it's gonna prevent the wax from adhering to your skin. I like to take like a cotton ball or a Kleenex and just kind of like wipe over the area and or dab any like excess oil on my face. So I've already done that. So I'm gonna zoom you in, take a little spoolie. I'm just going to kind of brush through it, take eyebrow scissors and comb everything up. Go along and cut any ones that are exceeding the top of my eyebrow. If you have really thick, bushy eyebrows, this is necessary. Go up and down and just make sure that any hairs that are longer than the shape of your eyebrow, cut them. So I'm going to take a little bit of wax, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and I'm going to do the center. This should line up pretty much with the inner corner of your eye. Varied a little bit depending on what your preference is. So what you want to do is apply the wax in the direction of your hair growth. Then take the strip and make sure you apply it so that now I'm going to be pulling down. I'm going to be pulling in the opposite direction of my hair growth. So I need to leave room on top to hold it. So I'm going to place it along the wax, and then I'm going to rub in the direction of the hair growth. And then you want to pull your skin really taut, make sure it's nice and tight, and make sure when you rip down, you're not pulling out, but you're pulling down towards your nose. Then pull down, and then just take any, I kind of fold mine in half, and then just any excess wax, just kind of dab it off. Alright, so then the next section I like to do is the underneath part. And then I apply, start lower, because when you press it against your skin, it's going to move up. And try not to use too much product either, because if you do that and then you apply the wax strip and then you push up, it's gonna obviously move up towards your eyebrows, and then you're gonna get a huge chunk missing. Right about to my arch. Distribute it as thin across the surface as you can. Just apply the strip, kind of rub gently. The direction of the hair grows this way, so I'm going to be pulling it this way. So I want to hold my skin taut right by my right temple and pull it, and then take my hand and pull it straight across my face to my other eye. take this. So I'm going to slowly start about like a 1/4 inch away from my eyebrow. Apply the first little bit. And then I kind of turn my stick, start getting it closer to where I want the bottom edge of my eyebrow. So apply the wax strip and rip. And go right on top here, right above it. And then I kind of turn and do that, and then just slowly bring it down. So now all I have left is this little bit right here on the top. So start right kind of at the arch where I left off with the last section and move it down. And then I kind of like to go through and just press a folded wax strip along my eyebrow. Make sure that there's no leftover wax anywhere. Now this is the part after I wax that I kind of just like go through and trim or clean or tweeze or pluck any hairs that snuck past me. You don't really want to go over like a section a bunch of times with wax. It's just going to cause more damage. So if you can, do it right the first time, and then any leftover hairs that weren't coming with you, you can just go ahead and tweeze those. Try to stick to your natural shape as much as you can, because obviously that's going to look the most natural. But not only that, is when it grows in, if you have thicker eyebrows and you try to completely make them super tiny, thin, you're going to have to maintain that like at least every 2 weeks, because it's going to grow back and it's going to look like a hot mess. But also over time, when you wax, you are actually pretty much disrupting that hair follicle, that bulb. So when you pull it out enough times, sometimes it doesn't grow back, which some people think is good, but if you're waxing your eyebrows too thin for a long enough time, sometimes it just doesn't grow back. Or if you have a bad waxing experience and you lose half an eyebrow, some people, it doesn't grow back, and it's really unfortunate. The best we can look naturally is preferred. I like to make sure that I clean my stuff up so that without any makeup on, I still feel cleaned up and comfortable and kept, you know. Now that I have that eyebrow down, I'm kind of going to just go through this one a little quicker. Alright, so I'm just going to take a paper towel and some of this wax remover. And I'm just going to first dab it kind of just all over the area where I just waxed, because I kind of like it to sit on there for a second, because there's nothing worse than having leftover wax on you, and it is so hard to get off, and it's just, you stick to everything, and yeah. And then I just wipe it off. If you have any big clumps, this isn't going to help, so that's why I go through with the wax strips after I'm done. And I just kind of pat all over, because that's going to pick up any like big clumps of wax. And this is just going to get any thin layer, any little residue that's left on there. And then I'm going to use a post-wax cooling gel. This is from GIGI, which is the same brand of the wax that I buy. So this is just going to help kind of cool the skin afterwards. You know, it has menthol in it, which is going to help just cool it down and help with maybe any sensitivity. And then it has the cucumber extract that helps with the redness. And then it has aloe vera to help moisturize and nourish the skin. So, yeah, just make sure there is a pre-waxing and a post-waxing sometimes. And I don't use a pre-waxing gel or anything like that. I just make sure my face is clean. My eyebrows are done. Let's do the lip. The lip is a little more sensitive, so just warning you. You know, for most women, it's just a little bit of peach fuzz, but like that can get annoying, and especially if you're in the light or you have makeup on and your makeup kind of settles there, you know. We want to be cleaned up, and unfortunately this is what we got to do it, and that's why, you know, they say beauty is pain. So just kind of make sure you're not sweating, wipe anything off. Alright, so I'm just going to take some wax and I'm going to apply it to like the outer third of my lip. And I'm going to start down here. And this one I get really good. Pull really tight and just yank and get it over with. It hurts, but it only lasts a second. Okay, so a couple important things just real quick I want to go over. Try not to wax if you're on any type of acne medication or blood thinners, anything like Accutane, blood thinning medications. If you have psoriasis, eczema, any chronic skin diseases, I mean, before you talk to your doctor, you just want to make sure that if you have any skin diseases that you know that what's going to happen when you wax and what you're getting into. So it's always nice to just check it out, ask about it, ask your doctor, your dermatologist, or whatever. The reason for the like Accutane or the retinol A or things like that is because it makes your skin thinner and a little more sensitive, so you're more likely to tear or damage your skin, you know, possibly more likely to bruise or have a bad reaction to it. So this is your face, and if there's a chance that something like this is going to happen and you want to avoid that, any chemical peels that have glycolic acid, salicylic acid, alpha hydroxy, anything that's acid based, you don't want to do prior to waxing. Tan recently, they say it's like 11 or 7, but I always tell my clients 7 hours before or after tanning. Don't do this and then tan, and vice versa, 7 hours each side. I would have clients that really wanted me to remove the peach fuzz on their cheeks or in other places, and it's fine. I'll do it, but I always like to give the warning that anytime you're removing vellus hair, which is like the fine, soft, thin hair along your face that you can't really see, which I like to refer to as peach fuzz, just as kind of your skin's way of protecting itself. Anytime you're waxing or removing that kind of hair, you're kind of almost in a sense removing your skin's kind of like defense system or its outer protectant. So if you wax that, it's probably going to result in the hardening of your skin, or you're going to lose a lot of softness, and you might find that you're having more breakouts. You're opening up all those follicles on your face and just inviting bacteria and grime and makeup and all that into your skin. And so, you know, if you don't have to get rid of it, don't get rid of it. Your skin is going to look so much better in the long run if you just don't mess with it and leave it there. Hopefully this helps you to better be able to service yourself at home if you want to do at-home waxing. If you have any other questions or a specific question, you can message me if you want. Otherwise, just comment below. I will comment you back and answer it to as best I can. Alright, well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and good luck.
Need more height.
This is so warm.
Sorry, baby.
I think 2 ice cubes would help.
You want more water in?
Well, not more water, but I want it to be cold and I can drink it fast.
Alright.
The whole world is seeing what a great boyfriend you are. Well, all 11 subscribers.
Means that I see the maintenance you require.
No. I just need your help because you're good at everything.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yell if you need anything.
Oh, you know it. You the bomb.